Hey everybody, Andrew with Suds to Success podcast, episode 28. We are talking about what to do if you damage something. We've damaged things in the past. Obviously, you don't mean to. We go through all that, how to deal with the guilt, how to deal with the customer, pretty much from A to Z, how to get through it fluidly and deal with that. Let's get into the episode. Hey everybody, welcome to the 20th episode, Suds to Success podcast. My name is Andrew.
And I'm Bergeron.
And today we're going to be talking about what to do when you damage a customer's vehicle. It happens. We know it happens. We've done it. So we're going to kind of go through that. And if you've damaged a customer's car before, please put your story in the comments. This isn't a thing where you're going to bash each other. But what you're going to notice is by hearing our stories, we've been detailing for a while. It happens. It's okay, and most of the time you take care of people, they're okay with it because you're taking care of them. Please, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. This episode, just me and Urjan, like old times. So I'm going to guess, which I kind of like because we can kind of just shoot the and roll with it, and we don't got any rules. I love our guests. It's fantastic. We've had some good ones. A-Peaks was a great one. You're able. Been with them forever. Love You're Able. All of them. I think all of our guests have been pretty good so far, and we got some good ones coming up. So it's going to be fun. All right. So in terms of damaging, I'm going to start off with right in the beginning, something I just did. So this happened, as you know, we just started window tinting. So my business, we did tint training with Adam, had him on the podcast. And then we started window tinting. So what's tough about it is you're brand new. Like what I'm struggling with tinting, and now I'm finally getting to the point where I'm getting confident in tinting. We've done enough cars where it's like, okay. It brings me back to when I first started detailing. You're like so scared to detail an interior car. Like, whatever. Can you do this? Can you do that? What if water gets in this? You're overthinking everything. And then you meet someone like Ivan where he's just like, just do it. And like that's how he taught me. He was like, just do it, whatever. And that's kind of like it with tinting. So tinted a few cars at this point, get a Tesla Model Y in, brand new, 2025, kind of learning the different pitfalls of tinting in terms of like, so a customer comes, he said, I want ceramic tint all the way around the car. Okay, calls me. Okay, great. Car comes, back windows are privacy glass. I'm like, okay, well, we're not tinting the back. Like I can put clear on the back. He's like, no, it's okay. I just want the front done. Okay. So that ticket obviously went a lot lower. Like we already lost a decent amount of money there. I'm like, well, why would you only put ceramic on the front two windows? Like it doesn't make sense. You can. I go, but honestly, I would put carbon on it. So you're not really looking for the IR protection. You're more so looking for privacy. Goes, yeah. Okay, great. Me and my employee tinted the Tesla, and it was right at the end. We bring it into the wash bay to clean it up. So we're doing a detail on it after. And with Teslas, they're frameless windows. So there's no frame on the top. The window goes up and down when you open the handles. If you've worked on like a Ford Mustang or any car where it's kind of like you open it, it's just the top of the window, they go up and down. So when you're tinting it, you have to trick the lock. You have to jam like a screwdriver in there, make the door think the door's closed, and then the glass goes up. So we're just at the end. I was just checking a piece too. I was like, oh, I think there's like a little bit of contamination in the corner. I'm like, okay. So then I tricked the lock again, moved the film a little bit, trying to make it like fix it. And then well, I just hit my mic. That made a loud noise. But so we try and fix it. And then I'm like, okay, we're good. And I just close the door. I'm like, we're done. The window was up, hit the trim, cracked the window. Did not shatter the window. So this happens. I've been in business for full time since 2020, so it'd be 5 years. I've been detailing for about 7, 8. So this is what you learn in that amount of time. When you're new, the first thing that I struggled with was I made a mistake. I damaged someone's property. It's my fault. It gets to the point when, and I'm not saying we don't damage a lot of cars, but you just realize, and I think it's more so like for me, it's when you've been doing this long enough, you see what other shops damage. So you hear stories or you hear what they did and what they shouldn't have done. You hear a lot of that. Like they just hit it, they painted it, they did this, they did that, and the customer found it, like little things. So my employees looking at me just like white faced, quiet. All you hear is like cracks against the trim, and it just looks at him like, yeah, that broke. And the window didn't shatter. So it's laminate glass, which means it's like a windshield. So just like kind of spider webbed a little bit. And like the crack was like this big. So it's not anything big. It wasn't his vision. It's literally in the corner. You could hide it. It wasn't worth. You're not going to hide that on a brand new Tesla. And in general, if you break something, it's not something I would hide. Like it's not, it's right in the driver's side. And so my employee list, so now what? I lower the glass again. I open the handle, close it. I just look and I said, give me 2 minutes. And she's like, okay. I'm like, don't wash the car, don't touch the car, just leave it. Took 2 minutes. This is what's important because you gotta get back to your brain and noticing that you made a mistake. Now what do? You can't change it.
Yeah.
So it's done, right? So I just sat there, called Tesla, and I'm like, dealt with their support. And in terms of it was just waiting forever. And I'm like, okay, I had a customer with a Tesla that needed a windshield replaced. I know a body shop's a Tesla certified center in the city. So I knew who it was. There's only one in the city. I knew who it was. So I called him up. I said, hey, I said who I was. I never ask for favors of other businesses. I just don't. It's not what I do. Um, and the reason why you're always nice to other people when they come to you, and especially with other businesses, because I've done work with them before, is I call. I said, "Hey, I'm who I am from this business. I need to know if you replace Tesla windows." There's a secretary. She's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, great. We broke one, so I need this replaced. Whatever." She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna put you through to our adjuster, the guy that I've dealt with putting ceramic on cars for insurance jobs for a while." And I left him a message. He emails me right away. He goes, "I'm with the customer. Saw your message." It goes voice to text for him. Let me know. I need the VIN of the car. Is this something you did? Or are you sending a customer here? Because if it's something you did, we're giving you a better rate. Like, okay. So right when I heard that, I'm like, okay, there's positives. This is before I even called the customer. Always do it this way. This is how I do it.
Yeah.
And then Urjon's gonna kind of because Urjon's damaged stuff before. He just, his shop, they're just careless. I don't know what they do over there. I'm joking.
So
But yeah, zoo. Yeah, literally this is zoo. You walk in there, they're lighting fireworks out of a Corvette
yep.
convertible. Like it's just crazy. Okay. So called them, emailed me right away, got me a price, and it was, I forget. So we need to replace the driver's window. Where the driver's window hit that little piece of trim on the top that Teslas have, it cracked it and put a scratch in it because the glass hit it, left a mark. I'm like, okay. He's like, hey, window 600 Canadian. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it is what it is, right? Like, it's kind of like this is meant to happen. So was I stressed out about it? Oh yeah, like I wasn't in a good mood. Um, but this is how I look at it. I can be in a bad mood, but the customer shouldn't feel that because I did that to their car. So even if I'm in a bad mood and I'm like, okay, like we just burned X amount of dollars, and you're mad, the customer should not feel that frustration. Out of no time should you do that. What you should be doing is pretty much give them everything you can give them. In terms of even if you think like, how am I going to pay for this? This is why you need insurance. I didn't put this through insurance because my deductible, it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So trim piece $400. I'm like, okay, nine something is what it was, or whatever. I think it was like 980 is what total what it was. So it might have been a little bit less, but around there. I paid 900 something dollars, and call the customer. Hardest call of my life. Talked about this on the tint show in the tint episode. So if you've watched that, I'm gonna go over it quickly. Call the customer. Say, hey. He's like, how are you? I'm like, I've had better days. And he goes, okay. And I said, listen. I go, I've never done this before. It's true, I never have. But this happened. And I go, we're super professional. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is I'm taking care of you. He goes, okay. I said, so tested the frames windows, went over the whole thing again, closed the window, window's a crack in it. He's like, okay. I'm like, this is what we're doing. I've already ordered the window for you. It's at this body shop. He goes, does it affect my warranty? I go, nope. It's a Tesla certified center. It's the only one in the city. And trust me, they are nowhere near the cheapest. So it's not a money thing. You can ask them. And he goes, okay. I said, I've already ordered the window. The trim piece, because I had a little line, I said, I'm going to put touch up paint on it. I want you to see it. He goes, okay. If you do not like it with touch up paint on it, because it was like literally a little mark, I said, I'm going to be paying for a new one, but I want you to see it. If it doesn't bother you, we'll keep it. If it does, it's getting replaced. He goes, okay. I said, I'm going to also give you Uber. So the day that that window comes to the body shop, you're getting a $100 Uber voucher for any of your Uber rides when you're at the body shop. He goes, okay. Then it's going to come back to our shop on a different day. He goes, okay. I'm going to give you another $100 voucher for Uber rides then. This is what the point of the vouchers are. They're not gift cards. So get a Uber business account. Best thing I ever did was get Uber business. A
Makes so
voucher. It's fantastic. It doesn't
love
cost.
it.
So this is what the vouchers do. It makes you look like a superman of a business owner because they think I'm giving you $100. If they don't spend it, it expires. You don't spend anything unless they spend money. So like this guy went to the body shop. I'm working on his car tomorrow to retint it tomorrow. Went to the body shop, didn't use the voucher, but he still sees I gave him $100. Then, and he knows it expires. Then it expires. He can't use it anymore. So I paid nothing, but I technically still showed that I gave him $100. When he comes to the detail shop, I'm giving him another $100. So if he doesn't use either of them, technically I'm not out any more money, but it shows courtesy. He was on the phone. So when he came in, I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. You're not paying for anything. I didn't charge him nothing. He paid a deposit. That's it. It was like $40. So detail, nothing. He didn't pay anything. And I said, listen, I'm so sorry. Like, and he could probably tell my demeanor. I'm like, I feel terrible. It's a brand new Tesla. He goes, bro, like, you're taking care of me, man. Like, I couldn't be happier. Like, you're all good. Like, this is my dad. He wants to get his car detailed. Like, this place has good reviews. Like, you take care of your customers. And that's very obvious right now. I'm like, yeah. So what we're going to talk about kind of is your initial response should be don't panic.
Yeah.
You know, like you hear the stories about, because this is what, when you're a business owner, you hear the stories about what other shops didn't do, right? You hear the shops that are like they damage a windshield, like it was like that before. And it's like a big crack down the middle
Don't
of it.
play the blame game, man. The
It's
blame
not
game
even
is
the,
what gets you.
and there's sometimes where it's okay to do that, and you're gonna, because you said not to. It's okay if you have proof that you didn't do it.
Yeah.
So like there's times where customers will say, like let's say a crack in my windshield. I had a customer before that wasn't there for him. Like here's a picture at 8:43 this morning. Well, it's parked in my parking lot where you parked it. We didn't touch the car yet. It's right there. Oh, okay.
Before and after photos save you, man.
Yeah, like we talked about this in an episode. Always do um
Something to take a
yeah,
photo.
anything you can do. Some people do videos. I haven't gotten into videos. It's not a bad idea, but I think photos are enough to be honest.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and the main thing I find is just handle everything. Don't give the customer anything to think about. Like he's like, like he texted me, so they booked it in. Good guy at the body shop that I know. Email me along the way. I also told them, I said the second, like so the day that I told the customer and whatever, and they ordered the window, I said I'm paying the full bill. He's like, what? I'm like, you're not going to be waiting for me. I go, here's my credit card. This is my Amex. Put it on the Amex or whatever it was, Mastercard or whatever I paid with. And he goes, really? I go, yeah. I don't want none of this process to be me waiting. So call the customer. I'm like, it's all paid for. You're good to go. You're not dealing with the body shop, not me. Because they, so body shop said, okay, it's going to be here on the 16th. 16th came around and they got the window and it was smashed in the box. So then it got shipped another one. And then this one was fine. What's good about that is when the customer's dealing with the body shop, he has nothing to do with me. He just knows I'm the guy who gave him $200 for rides.
Yeah.
So it's not my problem at that point. What's going on? I'm still in the know though. Like the body shop's still emailing me. I'm like, thanks, buddy, whatever. And that body shop guy, you bet you're giving him something at Christmas time. Because he handled it right.
Yeah.
Like he handled it perfect. And I'll ask the customer, like, how was it there? And if he's happy, you bet. Because body shops are perfect to be friends with because stuff like this, stuff happens, you know. Um, talk about yours. I know you talked about quickly before, and different things, but kind of like, how do you feel about that? Is there anything you would have done differently? Because like you run your business differently than I do in terms of our brains just think different. Um, so like, is there anything you would do differently, or anything you would add or take away?
So honestly, I've never really damaged the car up until this Corvette. Like there's been, believe it or not, Andrew. So I don't know, you always get at me, but I'm joking. So we've never really damaged a car. You always get those customers after the detail. They come in, oh, rubbing the paint with their fingers. I was in there before. I'm like, yeah, actually, it was. We just washed your car. If I hit anything, you would see it. Like there's our doors have like metal on the sides. It's not like so it's like they're already scuffed up, but like it's not us. I swear to God, it was there before.
That's what he says. See.
I have pictures of when we were still looking at the place, so you can count how many scuff marks. But anyway, I go like, listen, like that was there before. We just washed your car. Like, there's nothing that we can do to do that damage. Like, it's a dent or something. It's like, oh, I had one guy accuse me that we hit the bottom of his door with the shop vac. I'm like, listen, we have a floor mat. So, for anybody who doesn't know and who's new to the channel, I don't have a drain in my shop. So, I have this, what is it called? Like freaking
like water retainment
water
mat.
retention mat, whatever.
Yeah.
So it has like a huge lip over it. So the vacuum literally never goes close to the car. It's probably like I noticed it like a few months ago. I'm like, the vacuum actually never gets really close. Like unless in trucks, like it makes sense because the doors open really wide.
Right.
But anyway, like it's usually never a problem. So and we have a long enough hose where it's good enough. But
Right.
so they'll come in, you'll get those, and I just tell them like it's yeah, that was here before. You know, when it's clean, you kind of see everything, and then they just laugh it off. Whatever. They don't accuse me, nothing. Then this Corvette comes in. Nicest guy I've ever met, honestly. Like super down to earth. I was dealing with a customer. I don't know. That guy was crying in the shop. He had something wrong with him. Yeah, I don't know. He was crying in the shop, just really just over explaining something that did not need to be over explained. And I was already stressed out because I'm like, okay, now this guy's crying. I have a customer with a Corvette who wants to get a ceramic. Like, I need to take care of him. I need to take care of this guy, but he's not making it easy for me. So I'm like, okay, sir, hold on. So I run out and I go to him and I say, hey, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what we're going to do? Starts talking about his car. And then I noticed he was super chill, like super mellow. I was like, yo, give me a sec. Let me get this guy out of here. We'll put your Corvette closer to the shop and we'll talk about it. So anyway, I go. It was 5 minutes with this guy explaining the same story again. Shout out to that guy. So anyway, we do the detail and wrapping it up. It was spotless, perfect. He was so happy. I sent him like photos before in the process, and then the day comes. He picked it up a day late just because he went to his daughter's graduation, so he picked it up a day late. Our shop is kind of in the county, so it gets really really dusty, especially in the spring and summertime when it's farming season or whatever. Super dusty. So I'm like, oh well, you know what? Let me grab the air compressor and the Tornador attachment with the brush. I'm like, let me just quickly dust it off. So I had it on like maybe 10 psi, dusting everything off real quick. 2004 Corvette convertible, probably sat with the convertible, like the roof down a long time in the sun. It's brittle. I didn't think anything of it in the moment. I was super excited working on other cars. So dust it off and I see something just fly. What is this? I'm like looking. I can't find out. Like, okay, what is it? Then I like sit down in the car because like I was kind of leaned over, sitting down looking at it. The defroster button chipped away. Like the button is still there. It's just like the actual like the little logo or whatever the thing is. That part perfectly cut out, gone. It's like oh boy. Right away, I call my employee Yusuf. Yo, go find me a 2004 C5 Corvette, the defroster button. He goes on the deepest dark web you can find. No, not really, but he goes on a whole thing. He's sending me like links. I'm like, screw it. This one's $50 US. We're Canadian, so the conversion rate, I didn't care. I didn't think about it. Here's my card, Yusuf, order it. He's like, really? That fast? You're not going to tell the guy? Maybe he doesn't care. I was like, nope, order it. Ordered it. I called the lady for shipping because they're from the States, right? So I called her. I was like, you guys ship to Canada, right? I just bought something. She's like, yeah, of course. It takes like a couple days. I'm like, okay, get it to me as fast as you can. Charge my card, whatever you have to. They charged me $20 US shipping.
Which is nothing.
I don't care. I did not care at all. I was like, get this button to me stat, like yesterday. And she goes, no problem. We'll have it there within 1 or 2 business days. Okay, bet. So that's when I call the customer. Call them and I go, hey, we checked your button, but I already got it ordered. I paid $20 US for shipping, so it should be here within the next 1 or 2 days. He goes, okay, then I'll just pick up the car with the button. Okay. So now I have to see this car for another day
Yeah,
or
that's
2.
even worse.
I was like, oh man, like it's frick my life.
That
Anyway,
just shows how chill that customer is. Like even with the Tesla, I told him I damaged it. He's like, "Oh, I'll just pick it up tomorrow because he was staying there anyway." I'm like,
yeah,
"Oh,
it's like
like if it was me, I'm like, he's gonna be here right." And I know he came here at like 4:30. We close at 5. He's like, "Yeah, it's all good, man." I'm like,
yeah.
what?
But me
Yeah.
and Andrew actually talked about this off camera, but yesterday, anytime it happens to someone like something major where you are replacing something and telling them about it, most of the time it's the person who is not going to overreact, who's especially if you take care of them, they're not going to overreact. They're not going to leave a 1 star. Oh, they replaced it, but they're terrible. They're going to write a 5 star. Hopefully, they replaced it. They damaged something. They replaced it. Hopefully, they don't mention it. But either way, they'll be happy at the end. The way you take care of them, it's the best. Yeah. Fuck.
And what I always do is right when something happens, I always like take pictures. Take pictures of the damage. That's what you're doing. If you take pictures of the damage, sometimes some people take advantage of it and break something else.
Yeah.
That's never happened to me, but I always take pictures of you have pictures before when you take your before pictures, hopefully, and you have pictures after. So you can see how it left when I left your shop. Um, the next thing I always like to go over is kind of how to stay calm in a aggressive situation. I've never had anything where I've damaged a car, but I've had people that they start yelling or whatever. And I've said this before, and it's called boat. And
Andy
uh,
kills me with this one. This
I
one.
love it because I heard it on Instagram and it works. I've been very good at something I've really wanted to get better at was diffusing situations. I would say I'm pretty good at it now. And how you get very good at diffusing situations like that, and I'll kind of go off on a tangent for a sec, it messes you up mentally. Because when you go down this realm of diffusing situations, it puts you essentially what the core is no matter what happens, you're going to be okay. So it's not letting those emotions eat away at you so you act in the moment. It's to being able to, okay, this happened, this is traumatic, step back, take a breath, okay, I'm okay, everyone's okay, my business is okay, the people I love are okay. All right, now what are we gonna do? It's how do you progress? And the more you do this, the quicker you get at it. The downside of that is once you learn that is anything can happen, it's traumatic, you do not have a reaction. So I can be in a situation where, like, let's say um, something happens. Let's say I'm at your house and your house floods. My face is clear, like crisp, flat faced, not nervous, not panicking, not upset, not yelling. I'm monotone. Some people look at me, they're like, oh, he doesn't have, or if someone tries to surprise me, face is monotone. People are like, oh, you didn't have a reaction. I'm like, no, I have a reaction. I'm thinking of a way to fix it. And it's also because I know that no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. And what that all does is it makes it so you can handle situations and kind of put yourself aside and say, okay, so this is happening over here. I'm out of the situation. My body's here. My mental is way out of there. So I can kind of see it from a third person and say, okay, how does this customer feel? How do I feel? How does it look to them? So, boat kind of phrase or whatever is pretty much there's only one person that can be in the boat. So let's say some customers yelling at you because it's not worth $300 or something happened or whatever. This example is about a guy selling roofing, and this lady's on the phone yelling about how her roof just got done and whatever, and shingles are flying off. And he's like, pauses it. He's like a remote sales guy. He's hilarious. If you haven't seen him on Instagram, I don't know his handle, but he's hilarious. He's like Southern, which makes it funny. He has that accent. He's hilarious. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna show you guys a boat technique. It's when you pretty much amp her up or amp the customer up and get more upset than they are, and then they stop. So, and I thought about this. I'm like, because I've had people yell at me. I've tried the I'm so sorry, it doesn't work. I've tried
Yeah.
the like it's not a thing, doesn't work. Like you can't diffuse it. And then I watched this guy on the phone. And the lady's just yelling about how these guys and swearing about the roofers and all this stuff. He goes, you know what? Let's say her name's Marge. You know what, Marge? You're right. That's he's yelling at her on the phone. He goes, I'm gonna fire those guys so fast and whatever. And you know what? I'm gonna handle this for you right away. I'm calling them right now, whatever. And he starts like raising his voice. And so you can hear her on the phone, calms right down. She goes, "Oh, thanks, honey. I just wanted someone to listen to me." And he goes, "You know what? Send me pictures right away." She goes, "No, no, don't fire them. They just made a mistake. Like it's okay. Let's have them fix it." What he just did there was she's not on the offense anymore. She's now on the defense.
Yeah.
What that does, it eliminates your problems. Now you have someone who feels all people want to do most time, they just want to be heard. They just want you to understand the amount of companies I've dealt with them. I talked about my stupid peel board I had for tint. I dealt with this glass company. It was just a gong show of a customer. I'm like, I can't wait to talk about this in the podcast. Like, I'm like, this customer service is so bad. They could care less. People are used to people that don't care. So when they have someone where they're just, they relate to them, like, you know what, this is ridiculous and whatever. So I had a customer, same type of thing. She's like, could be a very problematic customer. So she comes in a little different of a mentality. I kind of picked up on the vibe real quick. And I'm like, She doesn't seem like a customer I'd normally have, but we were slow at the time. And she just came in and started yelling about her other detailer, how they're terrible. They ignore her. I'm like, hey, when another detailer ignores you, there's usually a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't do that to people, but the lower end businesses, they'll just ghost you, which is part of this, is what we're going to talk about not to do. But yeah. So she came in so she got the detail done, whatever, talking to me. She's very funny, very sarcastic. So obviously I'm very sarcastic. So I'm just bouncing it back. She goes, those rims are kind of dirty. I'm not going to really pay for that. And I don't know if she's joking or not. I said, well, this is what happens when I do cars. She looks at me. She goes, what do you mean? I go, see, my employees are working on a car beside her. And like, they're just checking over. See, look at Darren. And I look and I point, and Darren, great guy, funny. He looks and he goes, what? I go, show her how you're cleaning those rims. She goes, yeah, look how clean they are. I go, look at this is what I did on your car. She starts getting a little frazzled. She's gonna give me a deal. I said, yeah, I'll give you a deal. And so I come out with the towel, and so she looks at me, I'm wiping it off, and she goes, so what's the deal? I said, you just gotta watch me wipe it off. I'm a business owner, like I can handle this. Whatever. I joke there. She looks at me, she goes, I go, this is why I don't do cars anymore. It took me 2 times to do what it does for them like half the time. She looks at me and she starts laughing, and she goes, so like what I used to do in that situation, like, yeah, man, I'm like, I'll give you $25 off, I'll give you $50 off, like whatever. And you kind of just, when you kind of joke with them, you're confident, and you're just like, come on, like you just kind of get in their boat. And it doesn't, I've realized too, it's not always people that are aggressive. So it's like that, where it's like she's sarcastic, she's trying to get something. I just hop in her boat and say, yeah, you just got to do that. Like you joke with them, it's totally different. You diffuse the situation. And then the next thing that people always ask me, because I've told some people about this after the podcast with Adam, and should you fix it? Should you pay for it? Yes.
100%.
Like
If
that's
you
not
did
any.
it, you do it. You pay for it.
There's 2 ways you can go about this. And if it's expensive, like let's say your employee backs a car, wraps it around a pole, insurance. If
100%.
like if it's a window where like my deductible is $1,000, I'm not gonna put it through insurance to break even. Do you have any points?
I was gonna say preventing it. So, you know, for now, Andrew, he was just telling me what he's gonna do with the Tesla when he tints it. That's gonna be fun. Don't close the door. What I did a Corvette, C5 Corvette. Thought I was the and thought I could tint it.
Thought I was the. That's how all good stories start.
So, believe it or not, Adam, if you're watching this, I did the 2 side windows perfectly.
It's not what I heard.
Oh, no. Oh, I gotta tell you this after the podcast. He brought it to another spot to do the back window. He's like, if that guy doesn't know, if he doesn't know how to do the back window, he definitely messed up the side windows because they curve a lot. And he opens the door, he goes, oh wow, he did this and he couldn't do the back? Like this is what the guy who his car. He's like, yeah, he was talking all this mad stuff about you. Then he opens the side doors, and he goes, "Oh wow, he did that, but he couldn't do the back." Like, yeah, man. Like I don't know.
Was
Like,
it the one on Tecumseh Road?
yeah, I think no. Actually, this is a different person. I'll tell you
Oh,
after. I
okay.
think we know who it is.
Okay.
That's off camera. That's actually gonna be off camera. So preventing it. I stuck a towel, like shoved it in there, and I made sure like that thing could not even get close to closing. That's because I knew that Andrew, had his little incident. And then for 100%, I know it solidified my reasoning and Andrew's reasoning for not dusting off a car after it's detailed with a compressor.
Well, and
Or
and what people told me, so I did that, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, must be hard for you." And someone who's really close to me and knows me, a family member, they're like, I'm like, yeah, it's $1,000. And like, I don't worry about the money. I don't mean to sound like we make a lot of money, but money, it's
comes and goes.
just, yeah, it comes and goes. And it's also, it just adds gas to the fire. It's like if your fire is pretty big, it's just a way to accelerate what you're doing. And so the family member came to me and she goes, so when you're making a course on tinting? So what do you mean? She goes, pay $1,000. I'm sure you're going to make at least $1,000 telling people not to do that. I thought about it after, like even training or something. I'm like, oh, you know what? you're not wrong. Like knowing me, she's like, knowing you, you're going to either train somebody, like it's gonna come back.
Mm.
I thought about that after. I go, all the mistakes we make, have there ever been a time where I felt like I haven't made the money back? And no, never, because you tell people.
Yeah.
It's like when I do a training, like I had a guy call me. And he's like, "Dude, your detailing training?" I gave him a price, and like we're not the cheapest detailing training at all. I'm like, if you want to stop me from working in my shop, it's not cheap. Like it's not like $100 a day type deal.
No.
So I told him the price. He's like, "Oh, okay." And you can hear it. I'm like, "Yeah, but like you're learning from one of the best." I go, "I made a lot of mistakes, so that's great for you." And he's like, "What do you mean?" I go, "I'm going to teach you how not to make those mistakes." And he's like, he goes, "But like you have good reviews." I go, "You're right. I make a ton of mistakes. Some are worse than others, but like that's the whole point of like you want to learn from the guy that made the most mistakes. You want to learn from someone who's also as good at business too, but
Yeah.
the guy who makes the most mistakes. Like if I learned like put a towel, because now after I did that, I see on every and all the tint groups and all the social media, they all do it. They all have a towel in the way. They all complain they broke it. I'm like, why didn't someone tell me that this car is the most notorious for breaking glass in it? I was so fired up. The next thing that's important: insurance. Do you have insurance? Are you planning on getting insurance?
You need it. You need it. I honestly like even Andrew. We've said this before. Andrew used to tell me to get insurance. I was like, yeah, yeah, okay, I got it, I got it. I never had it. And then when I got to shop, I had it. And now it's just like solid. Like I always tell people, I use it as like an excuse if you can say that. They'll be like, "Oh, can you do this?" And I'm like, "I'm not doing that." Oh, just because I have insurance doesn't mean I want to use it. And they're like, "Oh, okay, blah blah blah." And it's like in situations where, let's say, for example, the garage door falls off the rail, it slams into the car. I'm going through insurance. I ain't paying for that. That's not something that I mean, it depends on what car it is, but I ain't affording that, right? So, or nor do I want to pay X amount of dollars because that's going to be expensive, right? So, and you never know. It could be something to do with weather. It could be something to do with fires, things like that. You never really know. So, like, especially like right now, I have $300,000 worth of cars in my shop. I sleep at night because I have insurance. Like, what I pay under $200 for everything.
Yeah, and that's what people don't know. Like the guys that aren't doing everything legal, like it's so expensive. Like, what are you talking about?
So,
Like, it's one job.
not
Like,
even.
that's my point, though. Like, even like I'm like, and like my insurance isn't our insurance. It's not like we have the cheapest, chintziest insurance plans. I know what you have because we have roughly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's ours are pretty good. Like, I mean, it's not like we have like we just have barely have insurance just so we have it. No, like it's what we need and whatever.
Loaded.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, like, you just kinda look and like, this could save you so many headaches, and kinda does. The next thing is training. I kinda talked about how my family members, like, "You're gonna make money off this," like, it's just how your brain works, and it's true. The first thing we did was in our app, I run my employees off an app called Connect Team. Great app. I don't know if we don't have it on the podcast yet, but we're going to. Free app. What it's good about is great for HR stuff. In terms of setting it up, you can have all your SOPs in there, standard operating procedures, all that stuff. Next day, do an announcement to everybody that's tinting. Yeah, we're now putting pool noodles on the hinges so you don't break windows. LOL. So I wrote because I know I did it. I'm like, and they laugh, right? And I'm like, because that's what I said. I use this as a learning experience because we don't damage
Course.
stuff like that. And thank God it was me. That's what I told him. I said, you know what? Thank God it was me, because I'd always
Someone
rather
always got
stuff.
the hammer.
No, but I'd always rather be me because then they're
100%.
not worried and like they're not like, oh, like Darren asked me, he was like, if I did that, would you take money off my check? I go, no, bro. Like, it's not like you did it on purpose.
Sounds like he's
I
had a bad boss before.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, bro. Like, I'm like, not at all. And that's why I told him, I'm like, okay, we got to have a conversation then because if something were to happen, you guys are very worried. And they're like, yeah. I go, let me make this incredibly clear. I will never be upset with you if you do something by accident. If you drive a car into somebody and like it's
Like,
not
screw
like you're
them.
on your phone, you clip a mirror off a door, that's different. I said, but if you make a freak accident, I won't even be mad at you. I'll make sure you're okay. The car can be replaced. You
100%.
can't. I could care less about the car. We'll deal with the customer. I have insurance. So what you're doing there is you're setting up training so no this doesn't happen again. Like the first thing we did was I looked at one of my employees and I said, find a way that we can make this not happen again because I don't want this to happen again. And if it happened, it happened once, it made it through. I don't want it to happen again. Um, the next thing is kind of like preventing it, which kind of runs with it, is prevent those mistakes from happening. So now we're going to put a pool noodle on the hinge of the car so that the door physically can't close. I've seen people tape, like use painter's tape and tape a microfiber towel over the trim. I like the idea of the pool noodle because it physically can't close. If I slam a door into a towel, I still slam in the door.
Yeah.
The pool noodle bounces it right off. So I just cut a slit in the pool noodle, slid it onto the hinge of the car, and it cuts like just like that bar that's in the door. And then the door can't physically close. So it's going to bounce it right out of the way because foam. This is the big one that people don't talk about. And that's going to be coping with the guilt after. So, like you smile because like in the groups, people don't talk about this. This is like, you'll see, like I've seen people, especially in this tint group that we're a part of, we were talking about this yesterday. And it's like, you watch these business owners, like some guys asking nicely, like how to do this. And one guy's like, well, if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be tinting as a business. What are you talking about? Like, let's be realistic. How did you start? Like, honestly, like you meet these guys, and let me tell you a little bit about these keyboard guys. What?
You've been having like this whole Facebook war. You've been going off with the 10 groups.
So let me tell you about these keyboard guys.
Oh man, this is so funny.
Not even like the ones that troll, like these self-proclaimed window tinners or like detailers. Detailers are as bad. I'm just not in the groups. But detailers, you meet these detailers and they're like, yeah, like I'm making $1 million, whatever. You meet them in real life, they got nothing going on.
Nope.
They're good at faking it.
Yeah.
And there's some, because I'll tell you another thing. These detailers that are making it, they don't have time to post on Facebook.
No.
Like, be realistic. If I was doing all these cars and like you see them, they have the Lambos, whatever. Learn that, yeah, they're in Vegas. They work for a rental agency and they detailed the cars. Like it's not like what you think. It's not the same. And it's even like locally. We have this locally, not at the same, but you had people who are like, oh, I'm working on all these high-end cars. And you look behind the curtain, it's like, dude, like you work on 4 cars a week. Like, come on. Like, it's not the same
Your
thing,
customers hate you and they call me and they're very happy with me.
No. And it's not that. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when you see the guys on Facebook, because this is where I'm at, because I'm just fired up lately. And I love it because when they start engaging with the content for the podcast, it makes the content go through the roof. So please, if you're watching, please keep commenting. It makes our views better and we get more subscribers. And I love that.
Yep.
It's been good, yeah. But the main thing, like, don't believe what these guys are saying. Like, because I could see it. If you're new in detailing and like you're in the wrong detailing group on Facebook and you're asking questions and people are just bashing you, don't listen to them. Like, I mean, like we all did it. Anyone who's in business, find someone on the group that seems nice and just add them and private message them. Honestly, that's what I've done. I have friends now that I'll talk to, and like I just met them in a Facebook group and they're nice. So I just add them and, hey man, how's it going? Whatever. And now it's just cool. And it's cool that you can do that. So don't believe that nonsense in the group. This is when you write like, oh, I did this, and people are like bashing you, they haven't done nothing. Because anyone who's successful, they've all made mistakes. And they all know what we're talking about, which is coping with the guilt. We all have it. We don't talk about it. You don't see it in Facebook. Like, what do? I made this mistake on a car. I haven't been able to sleep in 2 days. We all do that.
Yeah.
Like, detailing is type A. We all do that. We're particular. So, like Erjan, I'm sure Erjan's made mistakes in his business. And he's up for a few days, or he's thinking about it, or he can't sleep, or he's stressed out. Yeah. And I'm the first one. Yeah, I'm the first one to admit, like, I've had and it comes in waves. I've had very high stress. Especially adding tint to my business, it threw me into a hole. Like, honestly, I'll admit it. It did. Like, not even financially, it did that too. But just even mentally, where it's like I'm on the bottom of the totem pole again. In terms of like this industry, for adding this on, or adding other stuff. And someone close to me, they're like, do you realize how stressed you get when you do these things? Like, I get you're ambitious, but, and it made me think. And I'm like, I am. Like I take it really seriously because I want to be the best at what I do, right? Like so that's my brain. I always want to be the best at what I do. In terms of um not against other people, but just for me. Like so when we make mistakes, when it's slower, I get frustrated. So it's like, why am I taking so long? Like whatever. Like and in reality, it's like I'm moving 5,000 miles an hour faster than the guy beside me. But in my brain, I'm going too slow. You know?
The guy beside you, that's me. Anyway,
No,
real
no,
quick,
no,
just
but
to
anybody.
I want to say a story. This goes along with what you were saying about guilt and everything. I didn't mention, say here, I dropped my landlord's bike. Was my proudest moment.
I
I
forgot
was
about
doing,
that.
yeah, I did too. Until right now, literally, when you started talking about guilt, I'm like, oh man, that was a rough day. So, actually, there's a positive side to this. So landlord brings both of his bikes. He wanted some ceramic coating. Yeah, let's bring him in. He has these kickstands. He went to go grab one of the kickstands, and it was about to rain, like downpour. Like I heard it from a mile away. Like it was thunder and everything. So me being me, like yeah, let me move this bike inside. I don't want it to get all wet, like right. And what happens? I drop the bike. I lift it not even like a millimeter. The bike goes the other way. I go with it. I swear to God, I don't know if I told you that. I go with the bike. And his he just hired an employee that day. Still the funniest guy I've ever met. But he looks at me. He goes, "Ooh." I was distraught. I was like, I called him. I was like, "Come outside now, like you have to." He's like, "I'm like, I dropped your bike." He's like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "I swear to God." He's like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "I swear to God." Like I don't know. Like I'm gonna come out. And so he comes out and he goes, looks at it. He goes, "You know what? I lifted the bike up and there was nothing. The only thing was the handlebar on the right hand side was messed up, and the bottom of the exhaust was like one little stone chip." He looks at me. He goes, "That's the right handle, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "You know what's funny?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Last year I placed the left one. It only comes in sets of two." He had a spare right one. When he said that, I remember bear hugging him, and I'm like 6 foot, like 200 pounds, two something
He's a
pounds.
little bibber.
Big hug, like bear hugged him, and I go, "Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Like I said sorry at least 100 times. I called him 4 times during that day, and then I was working on his other bike, whatever, and he could tell like I was so down. Like I was polishing the wheels, like super. And it was really nice weather, so I had the garage door open. So every time he passed by, he's just like, "It's okay." I'm like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
It's like super, super, like whatever. And for 2 weeks, every single day, I've been telling him, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." Then one day he came to me. He's like, "If you say I'm sorry one more time, I'm gonna have you buy me a new bike." I was like, "Okay, I'll shut up." But it really plays with you. But then now it's like now I know I ain't ever moving a bike. If it ain't on
Yeah.
those stand things, I'm never, never, never moving it unless I start riding. But
And
that's
what you're reading into there, because I know the guy, well, I know of him, so I know what business he owns, is he's been there. Like, so that's
yes,
why he's telling me to be quiet.
they're doing
There
like a lot
yeah,
of
yeah,
multi-million dollar things. So yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah. It's like he's
yeah,
been there. So he's like, and even like me, like if I was at a shop and someone did something like that, how would I behave? It's like,
yeah,
bro, like fix it. Like,
yeah,
whatever. Like it happens.
yeah,
Or if it worked out, I would totally be like that. Yeah, I got a new handle. Don't worry about it, man. Like if it was something where like the person knew, like, don't even worry about it. Whatever.
yeah.
We'll fix it. Like it can be fixed.
Really good thing.
Um, okay.
You get over it.
Well, and their last thing is what not to do. Don't ghost people. Like, what are you guys doing? I seen these groups, like customers, they show up, they're in the Facebook group, like, yeah, I was doing this tint job, and like there's all these problems, and the guy's disappeared. I'm like, what? Don't
That is
disappear
one
on
way
people.
that you know you're gonna go out of business soon. You can
You
do
know,
100,000 cars and do, let's say, 10,000 bad jobs. They're gonna come back to bite you, or ghosts, I guess you could say.
oh, if you
Not bad
disappear, it's
jobs, but
even worse.
ghosts. Yeah,
Yeah, like
ghost
that's
jobs.
and
Those come
and
back.
don't like I've also heard people like we had a friend that burned paint on a handle of a car and
Try to
was
fix it,
polishing the handle. Yeah, and then don't downplay or gaslight the customer.
or tell them the wrong information. That's a big thing
Yeah,
too.
and if you don't know, just say you don't know.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
like
biggest thing. Because actually, I'm not gonna expose it too much. It's getting real controversial.
yeah,
Controversial.
controversial.
Yeah,
Controversial. Whatever.
English is my second language, brother.
No, it isn't. Okay. If you've damaged something at all,
Yes.
any type of experience, throw it in the comments. Like the video, you know. If and honestly, what I want to do is if we can have some of our viewers, even if it's something little, he put a little scratch in a car. We've all done it. Put it in the comments. I want to see what everybody's done. It's like the first when he heard my Tesla story, Urjan put 2 stories out there because he's damaged more stuff than me, obviously, and he's hiding it. You know, his garage door got all these marks in it 'cause he just rams cars right up against it.
At the end of this episode, I'm gonna have a picture of the garage door.
No, and honestly, put them in the comments. And what I kind of want to do is I want you guys to not feel comfortable with it, but live with it. You know,
Yeah.
like it's okay. We all do it. You don't see it in the Facebook groups. People are embarrassed. We all do it. So write in the comments what you've done, and it could be something little. It could be you did dish soap in your pail instead of soap, and you're guilty about it. Anything you feel guilty, honestly, throw it in the comments, and we'll kind of see it, and everyone can see it. So you've heard mine, you've heard Urjan's, and what I kind of want to end this episode on is it's okay. You know, it's totally all right. We all do it. We just kind of talked about it. It's not easy to deal with, but the more that you deal with it, the better it gets. And it sounds really bad. Like, don't be bad at your job, but understand that there's some things you can't prevent. And the thinking about it more, not gonna help. It's just gonna find a way to prevent it in terms of like little things. Sometimes you can't. Like if you back into a car and you leave it in gear, if it has a manual or forgot put the parking brake on and slid into the street, how are you gonna remember that? You'll never do that again. No way. You'll make sure that it's in gear. You know, little things like that, but you're meant to learn them. You know, the most successful people deal with mistakes, deal with things. I mean, Walt Disney's went bankrupt many times. It's another thing. Tons of those business stories. You're meant to go through hardship to get the success, to get the bag, to be successful, to be the best detailer you can be, best business owner you can be. Um, and that's kind of what I want to leave it on. So put in the comments what you've done, and we're gonna kind of comment there, and everyone can see it. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We love seeing you guys on. Give us a comment. We love answering them, and yeah, we will see you next week. Happy detailing. Take care.
Take care, everybody.